Oh, hello. This is the all sales are final challenge. We can't sell anything back to the shop. All purchases are final. No, no refunds, that kind of thing. And this, believe it or not, this is the third time I'm recording this. Actually, the first two times the audio was distorted, which has been a little bit frustrating, but I think I figured out the source of the problem, so we won't need to worry about it in the future. But anyway, I'll try to remember what's going on. Yeah, now we're staring each other in the face at 902 HP and just gotta wait for this. But anyway, the way I decided to deal with this challenge, this is actually the first time I'm trying the challenge. I just thought I'd try it out to start with by leveling up level up early and get good quality items that I won't need to sell back. And we'll see how successful that is. I think I'll be pleasantly surprised. So here we go. We tie, we win. It's a victory by tie. And now we're just going to keep on leveling up. We get lots of health for doing this, which is cool, I guess. Still don't see anything worth buying, so just gonna go ahead and level up again. And the very first shop I froze by accident, but not a big deal. We probably wouldn't have found anything good anyway. But yeah, when you're leveling up, you don't need to freeze the shop. So we concede here. Um, Looked like the opponent was strong enough that I wasn't going to win. Now I have a choice between the potion seller, potion of appearance, and traveler. Usually I pick the potion of appearance and put it on a moon knife or a goblet or something. But for this challenge, I can't sell goblets back. They're completely useless. Moon knives, I also can't sell back when I triple, so they're also, not as good as they usually are. They're not completely useless, but generally maybe not worth buying. You'll need to triple them to be any good, and you had a chest at least, but you can't get that 30 gold back from selling a moon knife. So I got lucky here. I found a high blade right away, and high blades are really good. They're good in ranked. They're good here in this challenge. Just getting one early is especially good, and I got even luckier because I see a moonstone. I even see a trigem in the shop. However, the problem with trigem is that it's expensive. I can't sell it back, and what I really care about for a moon build is a lapis. Trigem doesn't work with the other good stuff moon has. So I'm thinking about it, but realistically, trigem is a dead end, I think. I mean, maybe we can make it work, but if I find a lapis, it does the same thing, but a lot better. So I've still been thinking about that. I'm gonna freeze for the moonstone. Moonstone is really good in as long as you can find a lapis. The moonstone, if you can find a dream catcher with the moonstone, it's great. Otherwise, I've got the high blade, of course. You can totally win with just a high blade, as long as you find a lapis, something to give it some damage. So, oh right, and it's pretty funny, but the opponent's build here is the day 4 Dreamcatcher into shield. So I made the shield go burr video on my channel where I got the shield cooldown to 0 seconds on day 3. Unfortunately, that doesn't work on day 4, but it's still a fine move to do this. You get a really good shield. Anything buffed with the Dreamcatcher early on is really good. Like, Dreamcatcher is one of the best items in the game. It's such a good complement to so many other items that you can get. So the earlier you can find a Dreamcatcher, the better. And I will buy that Moonstone, and not going to buy the Trigem. Just too expensive. We can't sell it back, etc., etc. Buy another Spyglass. Why not? We can start buffing the crit on those moon items as quickly as possible, and they'll be really good later, as you'll see. There's the Mobius Cow. That's an interesting name. So it's good. This fight is going to take a while. We'll just get lots of crit on our stuff. So normally for this kind of build, I'd consider selling the spyglasses back once my key damage items got to 100% crit. But in this case, that's not possible because the challenge rules preclude it, unfortunately. So it's still worth it to get them, but we can't sell them back. So it didn't quite have enough damage to win this time. We're getting stronger. All I need to do is find a lapis and I'm golden. Here, we'll get the enchanter to search for lapis or dreamcatcher, really. Let's see if we get lucky. We actually get a high blade. That's a very good find there. And nature's call, usually that's good. Here it's not. You don't need nature's call for a moon build. We're really looking for lapis right now. I was also considering training, but I want to roll pretty heavily for lapis. So what I do is, roll a bunch here and just try to find that lapis. And I was also considering a moon knife. The problem with moon knife is that I can't sell it back. So it's not good until I triple it. And even if I triple it, it's still a huge investment for a chest where I could instead be rolling that 30 gold could be 10 more rerolls I could put towards finding a lapis or a dream catcher or a high blade or a moonstone. So rerolls are really good right now. But you can see I've been considering that for a while. Eventually, I decide rerolls are just too much better. And the goblets also completely useless in this challenge. I was pointing that out in the original recording. And we have a triple there, but it's too expensive, I'd say. I mean, our rerolls are so good right now. I want to take full advantage of them. Still thinking about, well, if we train, we can increase our epic chance. There's a dream catcher. So all the rerolling was worth it. Dreamcatcher is awesome. The earlier you can find it, the better. Because the rounds tend to last longer earlier on, which means that the Dreamcatcher has more time to work. So, yeah, day 6, day 7, we're already pushing where the Dreamcatcher is going to become less useful, but it's still good here. It's still good enough that it has the potential to bring that Moonstone down to 1 second cooldown. If I'd found that 1 day later, it would have been a lot less powerful. As you get later in the game, the later days, the space premium on the board also becomes an issue where you just don't have space to place the Mooncatcher anymore, the Dreamcatcher anymore. But for now, it's fine. So I was really lucky to find that early. That was good timing. Now what we need to do is find a Lapis. Still looking for harping on that, right? Just gotta find it. It's the key to this build. If we don't find it, I mean, the challenge will be really difficult. Not impossible, just really difficult. Got lucky with that Lapis. Finally found it. And I still don't have enough money to level up, and I don't have enough money to buy anything, so we're just going to go into the next fight. We're against an opponent's flame build, another strong build. Is that enough to kill me right now? We've got our Lapis working finally. That is actually enough to kill me. But what's cool about day 7 is that day 7 is the best time to die because you go straight into the Angel, which gives you 2 hearts, and then you go straight into the Cleric after that, which gives you another 2 hearts. So if you die on day 7, it's really not a problem at all. Like, if I had gotten the Cleric with 1 heart, then it would have been fairly useless. And over here, I'm thinking about Dreamcatcher versus Night Quill. You know, Dreamcatcher is already past its prime, but Night Quill is always really good in a moon build, so we'll put that in right away. And at this point, I probably want to sell those spyglasses, but I can't because of the challenge rules. Another moon knife, but yeah, we're not going to waste our money on that. Lunar Codex, too late for that. We've already got our build going with other good moon stuff. Now I'm really looking for a moon veil, another lapis, tripling any of my stuff is great, that kind of thing. Just see, there's a moonstone. That's an amazing thing to pick up. Now, when I pick that up, I'm going to have to consider where I put it on my board. And right now, the Night Quill is good, but I'd say putting the Moonstone in there is more important to start buffing it with Lapis. Because those High Blades will get down to 1 second eventually anyway. And our Moonstone will eventually be at constant triggering once we triple it. So getting extra damage on the Moonstone early is really good. We've got a nice health buffer at 4 out of 10 HP. That Moonstone is doing good. It's already at 1.8 seconds. As soon as we triple that Moonstone, it's going to get so much more powerful. So that's one of my priorities here as well. The High Blades are okay, also. But the Moonstone is the star of the show. Then another really cool thing you can do, Lyra's Absolute Zero is really good with the Moon build. Because you kill opponents so quickly, if you freeze them for 2 seconds, they only have like 2 more seconds to respawn after that. So that's a really good event for Moon builds, especially. Then there's the Spyglass. Now, I was thinking about whether or not to triple this. If we triple it, we have a discovery chance at a Moon Veil. However, that's 30 gold we're spending not rolling if we do that. And what I really, really need right now is to triple the Moonstone. So that's why I've decided not to triple the spyglass here. I'm still debating it in the game, but we're not going to buy it. Just trying to logic out like what's the probability of getting the moon veil versus not, and what's the trade-offs. The opportunity cost to picking up that spyglass is pretty high, and we decide just to go ahead and roll some more. I've decided just to level up, increase my chances of getting better items, and get more HP. We're still powering up here. So we can see that Lapis has gone off twice. So the round has lasted more than 13 seconds. Looks like it's almost going off 3 times. So it's lasted around 19 seconds, most likely. But we're seeing that that time is going to drastically come down as I get more powerful. Here I decided to just buy that. I don't think it was the right decision, but I can't sell it. But I just decided, the gold cost worked out well with the leveling potential, so I just went for it. And now we're killing this opponent really, really fast in about 6.5 seconds. We're getting stronger and stronger. The Lapis triggered twice last round, so I got significantly stronger. Our high blades are getting faster. Everything is kind of coming together for the moon build here. We're just missing a few little things and we'll be great shape. Here we go. The moon veil. That's one of the key pieces of the puzzle that I was missing. And where do we put that? Well, we really should put it in place of one of the high blades because the moonstone is our main source of damage. Sorry, actually, I did the right thing. So the Dreamcatcher was the place to put it. Right. The Dreamcatcher is going to have trouble going off. And also, 1.1 second moonstone is totally fine. It'll take zero point 0.1 seconds more to go off, but our multicast, we will not have a problem getting that to 11 multicast eventually. But I should have put the other moonstone in place of one of the high blades. So that's a mistake because the moonstone will be ultimately our biggest source of damage. So we want to keep buffing that as much as possible. So a bit of a mistake there, not a huge deal at all. I think I'm gonna realize it next round. And it doesn't matter. We just upgrade the moonstone. Moonstone is great. 9 multicast. It'll be up to 11, so it'll be permanently triggering after 1.1 seconds. And I was thinking about trying to get that last 0.1 second off the moonstone, but then I realized we don't need to do that. We're already going to be at permanent multicast at 1.1 seconds. No reason to have the Dreamcatcher work on that. So we take that off, put the high blade back in, and we're in great shape. Again, just get some useless stuff out of the chest. We can't sell it, so we train. Train after rolling, of course. And look at that. You can see it took about 3 seconds to kill the opponent. Our Lapis is not even going off anymore. We're just too powerful. You are kind of a victim of your own success in the moon build because you kill them too fast. Your Lapis takes 6 seconds to go off and it just doesn't trigger. I mean, I'm still going to buy it, of course, just in case we run into an opponent who will let this trigger. If I run into a heavy shield build, for instance, then I can really increase my damage significantly. I took off the High Blade, which is the correct move in this case, because the High Blade is just an afterthought. The star of the show is really just that Moonstone, which is going to be permanently triggering now. If you're wondering, the way you know how many multicasts you need to permanently trigger is the max number of attacks you can get per second is 10. So if you have a 1.1 second cooldown, simply enough, you need 11 multicasts to be permanently triggering. So that's really useful in your games to think about that. Like, how much multicast do I actually need on the item? And maybe less than you think. Like right now, that multicast amount is the perfect amount for the Moonstone. It doesn't need any more multicast than that. I mean, I'm still going to get the Night Quill anyway, because I can. I'm just thinking about whether to level up first and freeze for that Night Quill. But I've decided to put on the Night Quill. The reason I'm even using that in the first place is that it's good with the High Blade, and it's good with the Lapis. The extra multicast on our Moonstone is not doing anything, but it looks cool, whatever. Now we're at 9 wins, almost there. Still can't sell any of that stuff on the bottom there, but we're looking to triple like one more thing. Night Quill, High Blade, any of that stuff would really help. Just looking a little bit. If I can't, yeah, triple the High Blade. Great, great. So it'll help me kill the opponent just that much faster. And just one gold short of leveling, unfortunately. I'm really used to being able to sell stuff to like get a little bit of extra gold to level when I need it. But in this case, we can't do that. We just have all that stuff sitting there useless and in the inventory because there are no refunds in this challenge. And that was a funny name, Permachill using a flame build. But that was our 10th win. So yeah, cool. This is the first time I'm trying this no refunds challenge. And the moon build worked perfectly for this challenge. I mean, I had some stuff I couldn't sell, but not too much stuff. I was still fairly gold efficient. I was also a problem was that I couldn't buy goblets because they were completely useless. Another problem was that I couldn't really buy moon knives too efficiently because I couldn't sell them back at the end. But overall, yeah, not too bad of a challenge. It was fun. I recommend trying this if you're if you're interested in that kind of thing. If you're interested in challenges, not the hardest challenge, but also if you it could be significantly harder with other builds. Let's say builds that rely more on buying and selling. In this build, we basically found what we needed and we rolled it with it for the whole game. But a lot of builds rely much more on buying and selling stuff. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed that little challenge. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.